everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 99 of Direwolf20's FTB Interactions Let's Play series. Last episode, we were just getting ready to test out making the IV motors and everything, so let's pick up where we left off and test that out in the logistics pipes crafting table thingy now, right? And this will test that. So, in theory, hopefully we know how to make everything. Medium tungsten steel pipes. When did I add? This is medium pipes, right? Normal pipes? Yeah. So, medium tungsten steel pipes. Medium tungsten steel pipes. Medium tungsten steel pipes are 3 tungsten steel ingots in the extruder. 3 tungsten steel ingots in the extruder. So that should be cool now, and we should have everything we need. Beautiful. Cool. So watch what's going to happen here, right? So all the things are going to be made. It's going to make all the stuff we need over here. How are we on oxygen, by the way? Not bad. I mean, it's definitely using a lot of oxygen, but now that we have a bigger buffer of it, we're going to survive just that much better. Cool. And then tungsten ingots are happening, which is cool. Annealed copper is happening. We've got a decent amount of battery buffering happening, which is nice. I guess we're waiting for more tungsten. I assume we have some. It's gonna figure out its way eventually. We've got the steel. Okay. And then, because that's a temporary setup, right, what's gonna happen is a lot of the stuff's gonna land in there once we have everything we need. Right? Because it's buffering it. So he should be cool. And a lot of the annealed copper is going over here because it needs to make... Or something's coming over here because it needs to make other stuff. But yeah, look. Here comes all the annealed copper. And then it's going to insert it into the chest. Because it's going to pretend like that's the fluid extractor. And then we're going to replace that with a fluid extractor later. And we're not going to have to do anything manual anymore. You dig? I think that sounds cool. I think. We'll see if it actually works. So he's making tungsten steel rods. I'm hoping that buddy tungsten steel is happening. Yeah, it is. Cool. We got the other tungsten ingots. Nice. I moved tungsten steel into this one because I wanted it to go faster. And I mean, we're doing okay on power, believe it or not. Like, we're definitely losing significant... Like, 4 of my Lapatronic batteries in there are losing power, but they also have a lot of power. They have a lot of buffer. So it's not that much of a concern, right? So I think that's cool. All right, so you're waiting. So we're going to do the 32 annealed copper over here, right? And then what I can do is pick that up. Okay, and put it in there. And that's just to trick it into thinking that it did its thing, right? And then we'll do that again. Now this time it might wind up in this thing, but we'll see. Nope. We managed. Perfect. Got a little bit lucky on the timing there, to be fair. Right? And then this goes in there, and that simulates what it would have been like to have the IV fluid extractor there. That's cool. Is that a neat trick or what? I think that's a cool trick. Yeah, see, this time it's moving over, but that's okay. We'll just snag it once it's over here, right? Perfect. A little bit of tick accelerating later. And now we've just got a few things we're waiting on. We're waiting on the other pump. Yeah, so it's, or the other motor, right? So this motor will go into there, and then it'll... Yes? What are we waiting on here? Oh, the pipes. The pipes. What up, buddy? Tungsten steel ingots. Why you medium tungsten steel pipes? Don't tell me this needs... Oh, it needs HV tier. Frustrating. Frustrating. So we're going to need to make either an HV extruder, or we could just do EV, because that's probably... Well, I guess we should do HV. That's probably easier, right? Frustrating. What if I want to do an EV extruder? Advanced extruder. Ugh. Frustrating. Canthal wire times 4. So that would be 4 times 4 is 16. I think we've still got Canthal available, right? And that'll get me an EV extruder. I guess we'll do it that way. I think I removed Canthal ingots, to be honest with you. So let's do HV extruder. That's extractor. We want extruder. And that's going to be cupronickel? That we can do. Okay. That's going to be annoying, but we'll just do it. What else did you need? Medium steel pipe, which would be 3 steel ingots. Not terrible. So close. I can't believe that he needs... I mean, that's just frustrating, right? That's super annoying. We're just going to replace that guy with the EV version of him. Is basically what's going to happen. Okay, so that's that. Now you should be able to request the rest of the things we need, which shouldn't be too big of a list. Yeah, he's going to be quick. He's going to be quick to be made. Wait, MV? I thought I did HV. It's an HV extruder. Why does it need an MV hull? That's weird. An MV electric piston. That's weird. The HV extruder uses MV components. Huh. Did not expect that. Was not expecting that. That's actually surprising, but that's cool. Not worried about it. We'll get her done. So then we're going to want signalum. Was that my HV cabling? And we'll just move that component over to there. And that should be cool. And then I'll add... Yeah, and we'll be good. Cool. So we'll have to do a little bit of manual fixing, but it won't be too bad. What are we waiting on here, kids? Oh, there we go. Nice. So advanced extruder. We're just going to move all the recipes over, right? So I'm going to break you. You're going to go here. You're going to get these 2 recipes, right? So that would be you, and that would be you. And then you're going to get this. You're going to get these guys. And this will sort of satisfy the craft, but also sort of not. It'll be a little bit broken, so I just have to relog to clear the craft. Because that whatever that crafting lookup table thing is, it legitimately never works. Like this thing, I've never seen it ever show anything. So whatever that is, it does not work at all. Unless I don't know how to use it, which is also possible. But hey, look at that. Beautiful. All right, so you're going to go in here. Cool. You're going to melt all the tungsten steel down into a fluid. You're going to give me that fluid. Ow, it's hot. Hot fluid. And then you're going to start crafting. Nice. 2 of them, as a reminder. And 1 of them will kick back for crafting purposes, and then we can replace this thing with that, right? So we're going to want that cleared. This guy has a stellar alloy cable. And then in a moment, that pump, or whatever it is, should make its way over to here so that we can make our IV fluid extractor. Booyah. So now we're just waiting for the pump, which just made it here. And then we're going to want to use the wrench, is it? I believe it's the wrench. To specify which direction is the back. Okay. So IV fluid extractor goes here, wrench goes like that, and then this guy is going to fluid auto output so that any fluids that get crafted go directly into this thing. Sweet. That is cool. All right. So that is like the foundational necessity of making that. So now we're going to want the assembly line, right? So does that mean we have everything to make the assembly line? The last thing, and remember this is stuck, but that's okay. Is he just checking what he needs? Wow, a lot of oxygen. And 4 assembler machine casings. So we should teach you assembler machine casings? Ouch. That stings. That stings. That stings. That is a crafting recipe, and that is all you get. So let's go throw it down there and see what the damage is. I just know that looks like a lot of things. Tungsten steel frames. Not sure if we've got those on the list. We might, though. We might. We'll find out. We might not. Yeah, assembler machine casings. Did I forget to hit the thing and do the thing? I did. Cool. All right, so he should shortly have all the oxygen he needs, which is good. Man, look at all the calculation has to do just to figure out everything it needs. 2 tungsten steel frames, epoxy resin. Wow, we're short on that, and some copper ingots. Luckily, we started crafting those. So tungsten steel frames, I got to imagine I don't know how to make, right? We might have a couple, but I don't think we know how to make them. So tungsten steel frames is going to have to go on my to-do list here. There it is. So that can go in that, and that's not a big deal. So let's just what circuit did that need? Circuit configuration 1. So that can go in here like all the others. So tungsten steel frames. It's 4 of them that we'll get from 5 rods and 3 plates, which I think we've got most of that already done, right? 5 rods, 3 plates. Now how do you feel? Look at how long it takes to calculate this craft. Oh man, that is something. So a little bit of epoxy resin and a lot of oxygen and some copper ingots. Not a problem. So what we have here is, remember we started processing copper at the beginning of the episode? We can do that. And oxygen, what's your deal, buddy? You've got some work to do. That's all right. We will help that out. So that'll get our oxygen up and running nice and quickly. And while that's going, let's see what's up with epoxy resin, because I don't remember at all where that is on this whole line. I have no idea where epoxy resin is. Let's just start with what tier of reactor it needs to be. So that's naphtha epichlorohydrin. Didn't we look at this one time recently? Isn't it along here-ish? Yeah, there's epoxy resin. So we're short on epichlorohydrin, which is what? We had this problem before. What was the problem? Glycerol and hydrochloric acid. Glycerol. I'm assuming we're short on glycerol. We had this problem before, and I don't remember what it was. Seed oil and methanol? Or ethanol? Seed oil we're short on. Right. And where did we get seed oil from? Advanced fluid extractor? You're trying to do what, advanced fluid extractor? Did I have anything on there? I'm assuming that you extract seed oil. What was I getting seed oil from? I'm guessing it's something stupid, right? Just regular seeds will do it? I probably like manually toss seeds in here or something dumb like that. Why didn't I ever properly automate this? Was there a reason? Probably because I didn't have like a farmer dude going on. So what I can do real quick think that's part of the reason I did this, right? I feel like we're way past the wrapping up point, by the way. I'm just putting that out there. All right, so that'll fix this. Let's see where we're at. All right, so that's not terrible. Yeah, we definitely have a lot of epoxy resin there from just that small bit of seeds. So I think what it is you don't need that many seeds, but I should really do something to make that live a little bit better. Like we should have an active supplier over here or something. I'll work on that in a bit. So, hey, how does that sound? Now, are we cool? Assembly line, go. Come on, buddy, you can do it. He's thinking about it. Missing copper ingots, right. So that's it. All right, I think that's good, right? We throw some copper ingots in there and we're cool. Nice. All right, let's see what happens now. Boom. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Oh my goodness, it actually worked. Why is literally nothing leaving the AE system? That gives me a little bit of pause for concern. The AE system should be hopping right now with items flowing out of it. I suspect we're actually... I'm starting to think what happens is that when it doesn't extract anything, it's for a reason. And I think that reason is we might actually be out of something, and like logistics pipes and AE are not talking perfectly, and we're actually out of an item, or don't have enough of an item, and it thinks we do, so it extracts it, but like gets stuck, and break and replace kind of fixes it. But my guess here is that there's something on this long list of items, which is ridiculous, by the way, that we do not have. Oh my goodness, look how big that is. It completely wrecks the whole screen. Wow. Wow, this is going to be a big craft. Holy cow, that's hilarious. I love it. I love everything about it. And this is us just hoping against hope that we actually have all the resources we need to pull this off successfully. Because I don't know. I have no idea. You're making tungsten steel, you're making annealed copper, you're doing all the things. Hey, there's some palladium that we could use. Right? All the things are happening down here. It's just tons and tons of items flowing out of the A system and going towards this gigantic craft. And this is one of like 50 blocks we need. But this is the brains of the operation, to be fair. This is the main brains of the operation. Like, look how many crystal processors we need. We're going to need a lot of stuff here. This is a big craft. Like, I think this may be the biggest craft we've ever executed in this playthrough. Just based on how long it took for the crafting table to decide whether or not we had the items. It was like a 5-second lag spike while it's like, hold on, I have a lot of math to do. Maybe? That's what it was like, I think I got it. I don't even know. It was not even sure if it's got the appropriate amount of items or not. It's hilarious. But anyway, this thing's still cooking up lots of crushed copper, which is good. We're going to need lots of that. We're just going to let that stuff cook. Maybe at some point I'll bump up to like... I mean, it's HV right now, so going to EV isn't going to give me a huge benefit, but IV might. But it would also... Like, I don't have nearly enough power gen to sustain ore processing on IV tier, so I'm just not going to even consider that, but we'll see. So, this is just so much crafting happening. Wow, just items flowing everywhere. I don't even know how much copper it actually needed, but it's probably hundreds. Hundreds and hundreds of copper were needed for that craft. My goodness. My goodness, things are happening. Cool. You're coming over here prepping something, it looks like. Probably the whatchamacallits, and you're just throwing a ton of items into this chest for crafting purposes. Wow, this is going to be... I'm just very hopeful it even works. That's where I'm at, right? I think we need a few more raw carbon fibers, but we'll see. Hopefully you behave yourself, I guess. Wow, just look at it all go. All right, so we'll come back in a minute, I guess, after some progress has been made at least on this, and hopefully it doesn't completely jam up my whole logistics pipe system, because I have no idea if this will be successful or not, and I sort of suspect it won't be, but we'll find out. Wow, look at all that stuff. We'll find out. Back in a minute. Alright, a little bit of time has passed. We're getting there. Oxygen was definitely a bit of a blocker, but tick accelerating the chickens helped, and also tick accelerating the ender fluid conduit that's extracting from here. Because without tick accelerating that, oxygen was backstuffing in the thing, so I had to tick accelerate the pipe. That's how backed up we got on oxygen, but actually it pulled off all the annealed copper very nicely, which is cool. How's it going up here? Everybody behaving themselves? All the annealed copper is making its way up here, which is good to see. So I guess you're crafting, which is cool. That is actually really cool. You're still waiting on something. Advanced chemical reactor. Some more raw carbon fibers, maybe? Yeah, you might be gumming up the works a little bit. Maybe I'll put you in manually just to see if you behave yourself, because I feel like you're being stupid. I don't know why I feel that way, I just do. Aw. Power, please. Let's go. What are you waiting on? Probably these things, to be honest with you. I feel like this being a logistics chassis is not the right path to take. I don't know how to explain my feelings on that, but I just feel like it's not the right way to go. Yeah, I bet you're getting all the... Yeah, you're getting all the nano CPUs that we need now. That makes sense. So I think you need that many. And just one to accelerate. You can do that, right? Yeah. Beautiful. That's correct. All right. So I think this thing, for some reason, gummed up somewhere. That might have been the gumming up of the works, to be fair. That might have been the gumming up of the works. Oh, look at you being a dope now. You're throwing raw carbon fibers in there when you're not welcome. But you should be doing Eyes of Ender now. Yeah, so I think this is not the way to do this. I know we did this last episode, but meh. What I'll do is just stock a bunch of raw carbon fibers and call it a day. Let's just clear that all out. I feel like my inventory might be desynced again too, which is never fun. It might not be. It might not be. We'll find out. I'm going to turn you into crafting cards. All right, are you behaving over here, buddy, or am I needing to babysit you a little bit? You're working on Eyes of Ender. So what's up with the Eyes of Ender? Oh, how'd you get carbon fibers in you? That's not supposed to be happening. You should be doing Eyes of Ender. How did that happen? Oh, you get fiber reinforced. Okay, cool. Yeah, so now you're going to do your Eye of Ender thing. Oh, definitely a little too slow. So there's one gum up of the system, but I feel like that's a rare gum up of the system. Is that EV tier? No, it's HV, right? Well, maybe it is EV. No, wait. I grabbed the wrong battery. And then we'll put the carbon fibers in, because we'll get epoxy resin in a second. Wow. He used a lot of power. I just want to see this thing actually finish. Okay, so just a few more Eyes of Ender coming out of here, and we should be cool. There's your epoxy resin now. Yeah. I'm thinking he gummed up on carbon fibers as well. We'll give him a sec to see if he, like, ungums up, but I suspect he won't. And we're going to want these carbon fibers over here. Yeah, I think carbon fibers is probably why my system got stuck. So for whatever reason, doing the thing we did there was not a good idea. Alright, and that's extra carbon fibers that we didn't need, so that's cool. And hopefully it doesn't confuse too much that we did that manually. Logistics Pipes really doesn't like it when you do things manually. That's absolutely a lesson to be learned. Wow, this thing's a little bit slow too. I could probably do with a little tick accelerating of him. Nice. Not as much power as I thought I would need, actually. All right, so now it's all up to you, buddy. Now this one is EV tiered, right? So we should probably borrow an EV tier battery. If we want to speed this bad boy up. Somebody else got stuck. I think he's waiting on, yeah. He's waiting on all those eyes of Ender, probably. All right, let me babysit this a little bit, and I'll let you guys know if anything else gummed up on me too badly. But yeah, here come all the eyes of Ender for this. Nice. It's an odd number, though, isn't it? Yeah, it's a little bit weird. There we go. Let's see. I feel like we're missing a nano CPU wafer. Which is odd. We're definitely missing one of those. We'll see what AE or what Logistics Pipes decides to do. Oh, maybe that. Well, no, that's not it. Somebody somewhere is gummed up. You know what I might do is break and replace this thing again, just to see. No, nothing else coming out. All right, keep an eye on it a little bit. But definitely something missing here. Another nano CPU wafer, I say to that, right? Yeah, I think so. This tells me I should add, for this chemical reactor, a setup like this. Realistically, that's what that's telling me. Because I think that would help. And then CPU wafers, 576. Yeah. So that would explain, we need like 16 carbon fibers. And that'll fix that. Last little bit of derpitude. See, stress testing your logistics system, absolutely a good idea. Nano CPU wafer? Oh, well, there you go. All right, well, we completed that craft, so we don't actually have to do that. That's why. That's why it was waiting for another nano CPU wafer. It needed to make it with the glowstone. Yeah, so having the buffer thing is probably a really good idea for this setup, to be honest with you. All right. And then you're going to do a whole bunch of crafting, buddy. This is actually kind of working, which is great. Look at it all go. Kind of cool, isn't it? I don't know. You know me. I geek out over automation. I also like finding issues like I just found so that I can fix them so that next time we request something ridiculous, we don't have that issue again. All right, so you have just a little bit more crafting to go. It seems like a lot, but it's not. Are you done? Getting there. Not sure what else you're waiting on, but we'll just give it some time. Be right back. All right, I think we cleared this out. For some reason, he was waiting on RAM, and I had to get it manually. I think that was another goof up of the logistics system. What was funny, too, is when I requested the RAM, it, like, acted weird. But I think we should now be in pretty cool shape. Now, how are you looking? Nice and empty, so that's a good sign. Did this actually finish? Really? Yeah. Yeah, it did. Holy cow, that is cool. Quest complete, assembly line. Look at that long list of items. Wow. It definitely got gummed up somewhere along the line, but for the most part, it worked pretty well. I think just having, you know, that one buffer chest thing would probably be a good idea. Not bad. So that is, that's the brains of the operation. All right, guys, that feels like a good wrapping up point for episode 99 here. So we made the assembly line. How cool is that? That actually completes a pretty major quest, I believe. So that would be you. And that gets me some IV machine holes and some nano processor assemblies. That's cool. I will definitely take those as a quest reward. Thank you very much. And then in addition to that, I got something down here. Nice. 16 tungsten steel frames and some Nakwita doped wafers. Don't mind if I do. Beautiful. All right, so next episode we'll come back and we will craft what we need for the multi-block of the assembly line. And my hope is, right, so there's a lot of things. Maybe I'll craft some of this between episodes because it's some solid steel machine casings and some great machine casings and all this other stuff. My hope is that, like the blast furnaces, I can use IV tiered energy inputs and it will be an LUV tier, ludicrous voltage thing, right? Machine. So just like this one, I've got IV tier energy inputs, but because we have multiples, it becomes an LUV tiered machine. I'm hoping that's how it'll work with the assembly block. And if that's the case, then we can use the multi-block assembler to make the cheaper versions of circuits. And then we'll have all kinds of other fun stuff to happen, right? So that is cool beans. But next episode. So for now, Double20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Next episode's episode 100. How shenanigans is that? All right, guys, take it easy.